Hello there, dear friends, and welcome once again to the Relaxed Fantasy Review. Today, we're moving through our Dragonmarks of Eberron, and today we're talking about the Mark of Scribing. The Mark of Scribing is a Dragonmark that changes out the racial features, or in this case, actually replaces the sub-race, because this is a mark for gnomes. Instead of being a forest gnome or a rock gnome, you can be a Mark of Scribing gnome, and you get to keep your basic gnomish features, and then your sub-race features get replaced. So there's a lot here that is covered in the gnome race review video, but then there's some extra power that comes that's related to messages and writing and, well, we'll get into the details in just a second. But before we do, I'd like to let you know that Relaxed Fantasy Review has memberships. For just $1 a month, you can support me here on YouTube and get a couple benefits. First of all, you get a little badge next to your name in the comments, letting folks know that you're a supporter, but you also get early access to the videos. I upload videos every other day, and as a member, I upload them a day earlier than they go public, so you get to see those. If that interests you, the join button is just below this video. You can click on there, and if it doesn't, thank you anyways for being here and watching. I truly appreciate that you are here and enjoying my content on YouTube. So gnomes naturally get a +2 to their intelligence, and as a Mark of Scribing gnome, you get a +1 to your charisma, interestingly enough. Intelligence is one of the most niche ability scores in the game, but charisma is infinitely useful. I say that this is 7 out of 10 and 8 out of 10, respectively. You are still a small-sized creature, so that's a 9 out of 10, and you still have the 25-foot movement speed, reduced from the standard, so that's 8 out of 10. However, you do still have dark vision, so that's 10 out of 10 because dark vision's amazing. And you still get your gnome cunning. So you still have your advantage on wisdom and intelligence and charisma saving throws against spells. It's a great ability that all gnomes get it, and it's a 10 out of 10 ability without question. And then your languages are locked in as common and gnomish, so that's 8 out of 10 because you don't get to choose. Next, you get the Gifted Scribe power. This gives you a boost to your history checks and your skill checks with calligrapher's tools. That's a pretty niche thing. Calligrapher's supplies don't really come up unless you're intentionally forging stuff, and the forgery kit's better for that. As far as the history skill, it's not a bad skill, it's just pretty niche, and unless you have proficiency, high intelligence or proficiency in it, the D4 is probably not going to help a whole lot. That being said, it's still there. I give it 5 out of 10 for existing. Then you get Scribe's Insight. This is a couple free castings of spells. You get the Message cantrip, which is a decent cantrip. It's not bad. Then you get Comprehend Languages that you can cast once for free with this trait. And interestingly, most spellcasting traits that give you a free casting of a spell, it's once per long rest. Comprehend Languages with Scribe's Insight, you can do once per short or long rest. So you can actually cast it more often than most of these features, which isn't bad, and Comprehend Languages is a good feature. And then you get Magic Mouth at 3rd level, which again is a very niche spell that has some uses, but they're uses that are odd and very specific, and you get it once per long rest. I think that overall, Comprehend Languages kind of makes this worthwhile. The other two are pretty eh. I say 7 out of 10 for this particular feature. And then finally, you get the Spells of the Mark, and this is where you get additional spells added to your selection of spells. They're added to your class's spell list, although you don't get them automatically, you still have to choose them. You get such staples as Comprehend Languages, which makes sense, Silence, which isn't bad, you get Sending and Tongues, both great 3rd level spells, and you can even get Dream, which is an interesting one to throw in there. There are a couple stinkers in here. Animal Messenger is pretty meh. Illusory Script isn't my favorite. and confusion's a little odd. But all in all, I say that this spell list is very, very respectable, and I give it 7 out of 10 for adding some cool utility to the list. And that's really what this mark is. This is a utility race. All of your powers aren't directed towards damage dealing or battlefield control. It is all for out of combat stuff. Sending, tongues, comprehend languages, message. This is all stuff you do outside combat. And obviously you're still a gnome, so you still got your good defensive features, but all in all, this is an incredibly specific build. And I think that it deserves an 8 out of 10. It is not something that I would consider versatile. It is, if you want to be the language speaking, message delivering comprehender of all information, this could work for you, but if you're not playing that, I'd give it a pass. Overall, 8 out of 10, because gnomes are great, and I think that their powers are worth talking about, but I'm going to say overall 8 out of 10. This has been the Relaxed Fantasy Review. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe down below. Have a look for the join button down there, and keep your eyes peeled for more Dragonmark reviews coming down the line soon. Have a good one, my friends.